Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's baking blog. Today I'm going to be making some blueberry upside down muffins. Now, I got this idea from joyofbaking.com, where Stephanie Jaworski made some upside down muffins but with cranberries, and I'm not a great lover of cranberries, so I decided I would try it with blueberries. And what I'm going to do is actually create a sort of thick blueberry sauce stroke jam, put that into the bottom of the muffin cups, then put the muffin mixture on top and bake them, so when they get turned out upside down you've got the blueberries on the top. Now to start off with, I'm going to make the sauce or the jam with 300 grams of blueberries, and I'm going to put in 75 grams of sugar and a tablespoon of water. Then I'm going to set that aside and get on with making the muffins. For the muffins, I'm going to use 260 grams of plain flour, 240 millilitres of milk, 100 grams of caster sugar, 56 grams of butter which I'm going to melt, a lightly beaten egg, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder and half a teaspoon of salt. I'll use all of those later on, but the first thing to do is to get on and make our sauce. So for the sauce, I'm going to put the 300 grams of blueberries, which I've washed, into a pan. I'm going to add in the 75 grams of granulated sugar, and I'm also going to add in a tablespoon of water. That's just so that there's a little bit of moisture on the bottom to start with. Then I'll turn the heat on and I will stir that until the blueberries have broken down, the sugar has dissolved, and the whole mixture has started to thicken and become sticky. So as you can see, our blueberries have broken down quite nicely, and I'm actually going to just cook them for a little bit longer so that the juice reduces a little bit more and it thickens up a bit more. Then I will pour them into a bowl to cool down, and I will heat the oven to 200 Celsius, that's 180 Celsius with a fan, 400 Fahrenheit. I will grease my muffin tin and I'll be back with you to make the muffins. Right, so I've made my blueberry sauce and I've divided it equally into the base of the muffin tin. I reduced it until it started to thicken a little bit, and then as it goes cold it thickens just a little bit more. So I'm going to set that to one side. I have the oven preheating at 200 Celsius, 180 Celsius with a fan, 400 Fahrenheit, and so we'll get on to make the muffins. The first thing I'm going to do is to put the baking powder and the salt and the sugar into the flour. I'm going to mix them just to get them all combined. And then I've melted my butter as well, and I've lightly beaten the egg. So the next thing I'm going to do is to pour the milk, 240 millilitres of milk, the 56 grams of melted butter, the medium egg, which would be large in the USA, and the teaspoon of vanilla extract into a bowl, and I'm going to whisk those together. And with those combined, I'm going to just take the flour mixture, make a well, and pour the wet mixture into it. And then I'm just going to mix that together until it's combined. I don't want to over mix it. Okay. So that's the batter mixed together, and then what we need to do is to put that on top of the muffins. I'm going to use this ice cream scoop. And then I'm going to put those in the oven, and I'm going to bake them for 15 to 20 minutes until they've risen and a skewer comes out clean. And then I'm going to take them out, I'm going to let them cool for about a minute, and I'm going to turn them out upside down onto a wire rack. I don't want to leave them in to cool down in the pan too long, because if I do, then the jam on the bottom may start to stick and it'll become messy. So I'll be back with you after I've turned them out. Okay, well, I'm back with you, and I baked the muffins for 15 to 16 minutes basically, and tested them, and they came out clean. So I've turned them out. They're still quite warm, but I'll just try one. That lovely vanilla muffin and the beautiful, slightly sweet blueberry sauce. I didn't put too much sugar in because blueberries are sweet anyway, but that's very, very good. Oh yes, I'll be eating those quite quickly, I think. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below the video and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be a link that you can go to for the recipe, the eye in the corner, and I'll also put a link below the video so that you can get to the recipe that way as well. And I will be back with you again with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.